Hello friends, good evening, namaskar, adab, sat sri akal. Welcome. Welcome to the episode number 4 of Miraculous Mondays. So I hope you have been liking the previously shared content in the previous 3 episodes. And I just hope that you are all liking the content. And the first two
Hello, friends.
the first 2 episodes I actually had taken up on practice management. The third one was on a medical legal, and today again I'll be taking up on a medical legal topic, the current hot burning topic. So I hope you all are now aware that Mondays and Thursdays I take up to live for 20-25 minutes, around about 8:15, 8:20, and these Mondays are dedicated to practice management and medical legal ethics, and Thursdays are dedicated to finance. So, without much ado, I will start today's proceedings. So, just allow me to share my screen first. So, I hope my screen is visible and I am audible. Just give me a thumbs up or a loud and clear in the chat box or wherever you are watching, whosoever is watching. I can see Dr.
Just allow
Rajat.
me to share my screen first.
Just give me a hello because I'm using a different audio and a video today. So I just want to be sure that I'm totally live. Okay.
So I hope my screen is visible and I'm
just waiting for a few seconds before I begin. Okay. So it seems everything is good. So let's begin today's topic. So today's topic is again a topic which I got to see a couple of days back in one of the WhatsApp groups. And it actually touched my heart. There are so many issues going on already in the dentistry. But then another one is cropping up. I first got to know of this thing, think about 6 months back, when somebody during my consent workshop brought this up. I was not fully aware at that time, I'll admit. But then I got to know about certain things. So those are the parts I'll be discussing today. So as usual, all my presentations will begin with thank the Lord Almighty, who's given me much more than what I deserve. And when it comes to how and why I'm delivering it, this is my brief CV, which you are aware of it, I hope by now. So the notification for these lives goes in my WhatsApp groups. This is a free community I've been running almost since 4 years now. If you want to be a part of the community, please do send me a message. I warn you, there is only education being done over there. There is no promotion, no advertisement of any sort is allowed over there. So for those who are not aware of my YouTube channel, I have a YouTube channel from where many of you have joined me or started following me. More than 400 videos on practice management, medical legal, and finance, where you can actually get benefited. It is a channel made for all the colleagues, not only dental, but medical colleagues as well. So this was the topic, this is the topic rather, I would say, for today. We all are actually aware of this thing. This was a news which appeared in the Times of India newspaper just a couple of days back. And a statement by Honorable President MSDC, Shri Dr. Narendra Kale, that how can non-qualified people be sent to homes of people to get dental impressions? Home teeth alignment is actually catching up fast. As I said, I got to first know of it from my consent workshop participants in the month of August, when they brought up about the issue of Tutsi. Of course, I'll be taking a few names today. There is no, you can say, because these are not part of our business or our fraternity. So I don't have any qualms in making the names. So what actually touched me or what actually hurt me were a few things which I'll be discussing at the end. It's not going to be a long presentation. It's going to be just a 15-20 minute one. So just focusing this, you can say news a bit, just you can say zooming it out. 36-year-old HR professional Sujata Mehta, name change, of course, an online ad to get her teeth fixed. And she actually made a payment of 55,000, and somebody like a technician took an impression who is not qualified to do so technically, and an X-ray scan and 12 liners. Everything was work from home, deliver at home, and do at home. Then they promised, the company as usual promises to handhold, but then 2 months later, the treatment, of course, went haywire. Not exactly sure whether an orthodontist was involved or not, but yes, it led to that. Similarly, there are other cases also reported. People are actually looking out for newer avenues. Of course, aligners are the beautiful avenue if the case selection is done properly. But if the case selection is not done properly, they can be a big disaster. But then who is responsible? Who bells the cat? Who is ultimately to be blamed for all the fiasco? Patient, lab, company, or the part-time dentist offering a part-time service? Who will the dental council, be it the state dental council or the national dental council, DCI, I would say, hold guilty of? So these are a few points I'm going to discuss today. So before we jump on to what exactly are there, let us see at a few companies which are existing in the market who are offering these kind of services. And where it all started, I'll get to that also. Snazzy. They've openly given the pricing and openly given the EMI offers also. Just get it done. They can promise a moon, but who is going to hold them accountable? The problem is the regulation. We say, for example, in finance, I always say cryptocurrency. People ask me in numerous questions about cryptocurrency. I always say it is an unregulated currency by Government of India. The reply comes back, sir, why is the advertisement then allowed on national television? Just for the revenue. So the government is only getting a revenue GST portion of that. The fat portion of that goes to the channel itself. So who's, if the government is, you can say, not allowing the currency as such, or it is undecided, why is it allowing the ads? And suddenly we see the ads these days have almost disappeared, especially with the Ranveer Kapoor and Ayushmann Khurrana. Now, similarly, coming back to this, who does the council hold guilty? The company. Do they come under the ambit of the Dental Council of India or the state dental councils? Are they accountable to that? Even the state dental council in Maharashtra never mentioned about the companies. They mentioned about the non-qualified person going to people. On one end, if we say if the company is offering a B2C or a D2C, a business to client, a business to consumer, or a direct to consumer client, or direct to consumer, direct to client, or direct to consumer D2C, as we say, or B2C, what harm does it do to a dentist if the dentist is not involved? The company is selling the product, the patient is buying the product, the patient is not a patient, the patient is a consumer. On the, you can say one side, we can say no one is guilty. It's their problem. The patient chose the method, so he is responsible for the outcome. But where are we fitting in there? Obviously, many companies, majority companies are not going ahead with orthodontists, or at least someone on board. Whether he wishes to be named or not named, that is a separate question. But then who gives them the authority to do so? Because there is no regulation on such companies. And who's to make regulations? The government, on the advice of the dental council, state dental council or DCI. But if they are not doing it, then it becomes our responsibility to do the same, make a representation to the same governing body, who then conveys to the government. Of course, it may be a slightly longer process, but then who is to be held accountable? And then if we say we have to do it, we means United Dentist Forum, UDF, which does not exist in India. There are many associations, you can say many other than IDA also, which are unified dental platforms. But the collective membership is not beyond, of all the forums combined, is not beyond 25 to 30% pan-India average I'm talking about. Who is at fault? Everyone is at fault. But then the primary, we are not supposed to change the whole world. As they say, you don't need to change the whole world around you. You just change yourself. Everybody changes himself or herself. The world itself becomes a better place. Let's see further. Snazzy has given a, you can say, differentiation also. Simple, complex. 49,000, 59,000. Your partner through the process. Scan, liners, retainers. They're doing it. They're doing it openly. Somewhere, at some point, somebody has to intervene. I'm not saying it is entirely government's responsibility. I'm not saying it is entirely council's responsibility. We are equal partners in that. If we don't do our responsibility, we have no right to blame anyone else. That is for sure for me, as sure as black and white for me. Then Snazzy has given you can say, a differentiation of competitors also. 30,000 braces, Invisalign, all those things. People don't look at this number. They look, if my orthodontist is charging me 50,000 or 1 lakh, he is looting me. That is where the wrong message goes. This is we need to avoid. This is what I conveyed in the costing part. Last year, second lockdown, when I made up the costing formula, I told you all, those of you who have watched the series, every clinic's cost is unique. Every clinic has an indirect and a direct cost. We just, unfortunately, just if you're making account, we just look at the direct lab cost and pat comes the total calculation. Itna lab cost hai, 200-400 upar karke le lo. That's it. That is how we do. And that is where we falter. We don't have to do such things. We've done the whole treatment. They have done all the dhoya bhigoya ho gaya. It's as simple as that. It's not. It's not. The Times of India article itself says that it's not. Aligners are all about a case selection. If you are not getting a proper case for that, not everyone can ride a Ferrari. Not every person will be suited in the Ferrari. All those things. Of course, just an example for that. Then comes the most common platform these days, Tutsi. Kind of a startup, started in November 2018. I was not aware of it. Probably I didn't show my interest, so I never, you can say, saw the ad. Was told to be my consent workshop participants. But then they have, they claim that they have a data of 11,000 smile makeovers. They say we have a D2C model openly. We are not concerned with that. And they openly name, we have other competitors, Teeth Logic, Snazzy Line, Love My Braces. You can do it. You can do it. It is as easy as that. If the dentistry was as easy, why would it need qualified people? Anybody on the roadside would be doing it. Already they are doing it, of course. But then at least the educated people know about it, that we don't falter over here. They come with different offers. Now they are offering whitening kits and whitening pens also, just like the Western world. And they have some offers also at home also, virtual, everything. The digital dentistry or the digital India is getting on the wrong side in that part. I'm not feeling hurt because they are taking my share of pie. I'm not. It is too big an industry. Everybody will get his due every now and then. It is just a mental thought that they are eating into our pie. No, this session is not for that. I'll give you my pointers at the end. Like a sale. Sorry, the image is not much clear. Freedom sale. This was the offer during the month of August. Probably this was the one my participant. Then the EMI offers. People ask me about the EMI or the clinical, you can say, options of finance in clinic. Should we take it? Should we from Bajaj Finance, from G Money and all those things? There are so many players in the market for that also. But what I always say is, it is a relationship between the company and the consumer. Finance option I'm talking about. The dentist is just the medium to make the meat. You should get your payment without any cut, without any commission. That is my first concern. After that, if somebody gets a finance or not, it is not my headache. It is all about creating the need. We underestimate the needs and the wants. The needs in the clinic are never expensive, but the wants surely are. And we try to finance the wants. We reduce our margin. Chal koi nahi, itna to aayega. Punjabi mein ek muhavra in my native language. Jo vattya so khatya. Jo aaya aan do. Whatever we earn, chal, this much is good enough. Just translating for people. So this is a mindset which we need to change. Then 32 watt aligners. Other than the names mentioned, 500 plus registered clinics. Pricing breakdown. Now, where does the dentist fit in here? If the companies are giving themselves the prices, I thought we decided the prices based on our input costs, direct and indirect, as I mentioned in my costing formula. But here the company is deciding the cost and we getting a peanut share. And just because again, the policies, the jobless environment, and of course, during COVID, as we say, it's still not the post-COVID world. We are still living in not BC or AC. We are still living in DC. It is the during COVID world. I pray to God that it gets over soon and we are in the AC zone. But then we all know that this is the thing that pinches me the most. How come they decide the cost? My clinic, my internal environment, my facilities, my services, my costing decides the cost for the patient. Who are they to decide the cost? Yes, they are outgrown, then I don't want to be associated with them. That is my funda. But not everyone has it. We can see 500 plus registered clinics, 500 plus doctors. People who don't think like me, there are many people. I have no qualms in accepting their mentality. It is their thought process. I can't change everyone, as I said. We just have to change ourselves. Then the aligner company, making a smile more beautiful. Everybody has a pricing formula, pricing costing over there. This is what hurts the most. Now I'm coming to the last phase, my 10 points. The problem is these sales in India. Yes, they are. Why are they deciding the cost? The problem is the dentist going out of window for a B2C or a D2C. Maybe not. I'm getting my share from the work I'm getting. I have no insecurities in that right from the first day of my clinic. The problem is that our brethren or our fellow colleagues getting lured for peanuts amount. Yes, that is a big problem. But they have their own reasons. Maybe they'll justify, I don't have any work. The COVID has destroyed me. COVID has shattered me. So whatever is coming my way, I'm grabbing with both hands and my mouth. It's their choice. And the problem is bargaining more so happening in clinics. Yes, doctor, you are charging aligner for an XX amount. This Tutsi, this aligner company, this 32 watt is coming in for this amount. Where is that? Where is the connection? The connection is the skill set. I always say, and I proudly say, BDS final year is the toughest UG curriculum in India out of any specialty, even MBBS. The amount of work we do, the amount of pressure we have, the amount of subjects we study, and all that practically 9 to 10 months. I can say we are a proud profession. But then have we ourselves justified it? When we try to charge only for a limited amount over the lab cost for the crowd. Forget the profit, we are not covering even our direct cost. Forget that indirect cost even. Who's going to tell them? Then the problem is who will get the crown of thorns if any problem comes? Who's going to, you can say, bell the cat? Whom upon the total gonna burst if it does? And again, who will get the crown of thorns in that if a dentist is involved? Now, I have a question. Who is responsible if the patient gets a distorted smile? The company or the patient? Or the orthodontist or the dentist who goes for a visit? What does the council stand on that? What does council want to do on this case? If the patient has this thing, whom can the patient complain? This dental company, he will say, this dental company overcharged me, my teeth went haywire. Are these covered under council's rights? These companies governed by legislation? No. This newspaper cutting is their reaction when a non-qualified person is involved. What is going to be their stance? I'm very interested to know if a dentist is involved in a distorted smile. In case means a D2C rights. What are their D2C rights? If a dentist is involved in that, I want to know that. And this put me, and I hope this puts you also into a think mode. We started from here. As usual, at the end, let me give you my carry home gyan. My inferences, my 10 inferences from this are the price sledging we have been doing just to outwit each other's clinic has led us to this one phenomenon. Maybe small responsibility, but yes, your rate is there. And I can bet you can bet with me, in any case, it is gonna get even murkier than this. As much as I can visualize. We have never existed as a community, hence there is no unity. As I said, there is no platform to represent us. All the unified platforms, IDA, PDA, LDA, whatever it is, the names are, any UDF, United Democratic Front, United Dentist Front, whatever. I am not going to those days. All the United Fronts don't even comprise 25 to 30% of the dentist population. Who's going to be responsible? There is no one to protect us. Somebody who knows about judiciary. Trust me, Calcutta के किसी वकील को पिट जाए ना कोई या एक थप्पड़ मार दे तो पंजाब की लोकल कोर्ट बंद हो जाती है. We are on strike because our colleague has been beaten in Kolkata. Do we do this thing? हम लोग तो अगर काउंसिल आइडिया कुछ देती है ना कि ये दिस इज अ ब्लैक डे, दिस इज अ डे, वी डोंट हैव टू ओपन आवर क्लिनिक इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ समवन, वी स्टिल ओपन आवर क्लिनिक विद हाफ शटर ऑफ. आ जाओ, ऐसे तो स्ट्राइक चल रही है, शटर डाउन करके अंदर आ जाओ, कोई बात. There is no one to protect us. So who is to be blamed? You are to be first blamed. Forget the government, forget the council, forget the associations. You are the first one to be blamed. And you includes me also, of course. I'm not saying. The two subjects which we were never taught in dentistry or in a dental school have become everyone's favorite. Subject J and subject BB. Subject jealousy and subject backbiting. These are the favorites of every dentist. I am not mincing any words today. My wife asked me, what is your session gonna be? I was just making these points 10 minutes before. फिर मेरे को एक सुबह एक न्यूज़पेपर क्लिपिंग थी, सारा दिन मेरा माइंड उस पर दौड़ता रहा, बस 10 पॉइंट लिखने. I am not gonna mince words today. मैं आज बैंड बजाने वाला हूँ, including my own. So we have never gotten the respect we deserve, we truly deserve. Neither from government, neither from patients, neither from medical colleagues even, and not even each other. So it starts with us only. If we are here, all the above are to be blamed, but more so each one of us. Funny side, fine, but we love to indulge in over of memes and jokes on dentistry, as if this is such a great profession. We are not. We are empowered. We are a lot more stronger than what we actually portray to the world. And as I said, at the cost of repetition, I'll say again, I proudly say BDS final year UG is one of the toughest curriculum out of all streams in India. And like always, the final thing is the choice is entirely ours. What we want to do, what we don't want to do. I cannot say more than that. But yes, it hurts. It hurts when we don't get the respect from anyone around us, not even each other. And that is what hurts us. I hope I have put you in the think mode. If it does not, it is a personal choice. I don't mind. It is, again, as I said, the choice is purely yours. And I'll just nod my head and come on Thursday again with the topic of finance, of course. So thank you so much for watching patiently. And this is my YouTube channel. As I always say, already said in the beginning, this is my KYC. Along with that, you can get in touch with me. All of you already are. Most of you, I'm running 2 WhatsApp groups on dentistry, free of cost. Of course, only aim is free education. These groups will complete 4 years in February. And I hope that I'm able to inculcate some sort of education as a part of my payback to the society, which I have been doing. These are advertisement-free groups where even my own workshops are not promoted. If you wish to be added, please send me a message. I'll add. So this is my social media presence by my name only. And please do send me your valuable feedback wherever you're watching. I'll share it to various groups also. Wherever you watch it, please do send me your feedback. I'll be eagerly waiting. Hookers and brickbats both would be welcome in equal measure, and expect more of brickbats today. And I will welcome them with open arms. So thank you so much. And I stop my share for question time and to check on the chat or to check on the page where the session is happening. Okay, hi Dr. Ramchandra, hi Rajat, hi Dr. Ajay, thank you Rajat. Oh wow, what a pleasant surprise, Kumar Swami sir. Thank you for your opinion, sir. Councils fear they will be dragged to court by the companies for free data. Absolutely, sir. Thank you, Dr. Charu Nijavan. Hi, Dr. Manoj. Hi, Gaurav ji. Hi, Dr. Alle. Hi, Dr. Sonia. Hi, Dr. Vrinda. So any questions that you have in your mind, if you want, please feel free to voice them. I'm here for another 2 minutes, and then I'll call it a day for whatever your opinions are. I love to welcome them because today's session is not more about knowledge. It is more about awakening, awakening that should happen in each one of us from inside. Together we can move the world. Individually we can't do much. That is for us to understand. And if we want to exist as a community, the basic bottom line is the unity. And if there is no unity, don't expect anyone to protect us. Don't then blame the government or the DCI or the ID. You'll say वो पैसे लेते वो ये करते वो करते आप क्या करते हो? That is the question. That is the question. People always ask about rights. They will never tell about duties. And trust me, R&D, rights and duties go hand in hand. You can never get out of those things that I can only claim my rights, but I don't want to perform my duties. So thank you, Dr. Ramchandra. The aim was that to touch every string possible. So I hope I've done justice to what I wanted to say. But this is the way. And I just gave the example of judiciary or the lawyers. This happens in even in class 4 workers, in any of the employees, class 3 employees also. And they actually are done there. Dr. Vrinda, you joined in a little bit late. I've done the awakening part in the beginning, in the middle also. Just watch it from start. You'll get to know my viewpoint, what needs to be done. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you on Thursday with a thunderous Thursday session, 27th of Jan. Till then, bye-bye. Take care. Shabak hai.